I think the phrase gathering knowledge isn't really the right way to talk about what science is. Gathering makes it sound like you're collecting something. But it's more like building a structure that has all the theories and ideas that you use to understand the world around you. And to build theories, you need to observe things. And our senses are kind of like our built-in tools that we initially used to do science with. Eventually, you run out of things that you can see using just the tools you have. And so science kind of slows down. And that's when we have to build new tools that let us see more things than we could see before. But to build those tools in the first place, you need to already have some knowledge of how things work. So science and technology kind of depend on each other, where our ability to build tools depends on how well we understand the world. And our understanding of the world depends on how good the tools are that we use to observe it. And since they're related like that, the one that's slower will lag behind. And that one is going to hold back the other one. So which one lags behind? I think we have the potential to make huge technological breakthroughs using only our current understanding of science. But I don't think you can flip that and say that we can make lots of scientific breakthroughs without advances in technology. So technology is the single piece that's literally holding everything back. And I think pushing it forward is probably the most important thing that we can do. So when I was like 19, my focus really shifted toward technology. But I didn't know exactly what that meant, because you could do almost anything with technology. I realized that you can arrange your goals in a kind of hierarchy where finding our purpose is at the top, with the sub-goals that we need to achieve it organized below it in a hierarchical way. So if we don't build knowledge, then we won't find our purpose. And if we don't build tools, then we won't build new knowledge. And if we don't survive, then we won't do anything. So if things at the bottom of the hierarchy are not going well, then you need to focus on that. And right now, I think we're in a moment in history where there are multiple immediate threats to our survival as a species. You can think of Earth as a great ship. And on that ship is every living thing that we know of. And there are multiple things happening on the ship that could cause the ship to sink. There could be a leak, or there could be a fire. And some people on the ship are interested in solving those problems. What most people do is they look for the biggest fire. What thing is threatening to kill us the soonest? And that's exactly what I did. For like a year, I was focused on the technology around renewable energy. I thought, and I still think, that that's one of the biggest fires on the planet. But what I realized is that there are extremely talented people already solving that problem. And it looks like they're going to solve it in time. And so that's when I realized that the most important problem that I could work on isn't necessarily the biggest fire. It's the biggest fire that no one's paying attention to, because that's actually much more likely to sink the ship. And I think that problem today is creating safe artificial intelligence. That's the thing that I chose to work on. Ironically, I think we live in a time where it's actually not that hard to figure out what to work on, because it's just about survival and picking what fire to work on. But once the immediate threats to our survival are under control, then your focus shifts up the hierarchy, and the problems are more about understanding the ocean and figuring out where we want to go.